Hi guys, today we're going to be making lobster with egg noodles. This is a Chinese dish that you've probably seen at a fancy Chinese restaurant before. So the lobster is cut up into small pieces with the shell on and then stir fried in a ginger scallion sauce, and then it's placed on a bed of egg noodles. You're going to be amazed at how simple and delicious this is, and you're going to feel so fancy. To start, we need some scallions. Cut your scallions into pieces that are 2 to 3 inches long, and then cut them again lengthwise so that they're thin and nice and easy to stir fry. You'll also need a piece of ginger that is about 2 inches long, and finely slice that up. And to prepare our lobster, we're going to need 3 lobster tails. These are going to be cut up into small pieces. In my opinion, the best way to do this is to use a pair of scissors. Scissors are fantastic. They are such an underutilized tool in the kitchen. Asians love using scissors to cut up everything, meat, seafood, whatever it is. So I highly recommend using scissors because the thought of cutting up a lobster with a knife absolutely terrifies me. Once you've cut up your lobster into half, cut up your lobster into pieces that are about 1 inch long. We're going to be stir frying our lobster with the shell on, and for some reason the lobster tastes so much better with the shell intact. Once the lobster is cut up, place it into a bowl and give it a good rinse. We want to give our lobster a good rinse so that we get rid of any loose, small, hard shell pieces to maximize our lobster eating experience. Place our nice clean lobster pieces back into a bowl and add in 1 tablespoon of corn flour or cornstarch and mix that through to coat the lobster. Add 1 tablespoon of oil to a hot pan and add in the ginger and the scallion. Sauté these together for about a minute. Then add 1 cup of chicken stock and watch it bubble. It's very exciting. Add in 1 tablespoon of Chinese cooking wine. Add 1 tablespoon of light soy sauce. Add 1 tablespoon of sugar and half a teaspoon of salt. Now it's time to add in our lobster pieces. So stir fry your lobster in that sauce for a few minutes. You'll start to notice that the shell of the lobster will turn red and that the meat of the lobster will turn white. You want to make sure that your lobster is thoroughly cooked through, so test one to make sure that it's perfectly cooked to your liking. The last step is to prepare the egg noodles. Here I'm using wonton noodles and I'm boiling them for about 2 minutes. I drain them and run them under some cold water. I also add 1 tablespoon of sesame oil, and that's just to loosen up the noodles and make sure that they don't stick together. And give that a good mix. And then finally, to put it all together, place the lobster with all its sauce over the egg noodles. And then admire how beautiful this dish really is. This dish is really one to be proud of. So that's our lobster with egg noodles. I can't believe I've made this. Pretty happy with how it looks. Let's see how it tastes. Lobster. Look how saucy those noodles are. And the lobster is so well cooked. It should just fall out of the shell, like that. It's so good.